Long ago, in a prosperous kingdom, there lived a wise and brilliant minister deeply trusted by the king. Every important decision in the royal court went through him. But because of his intelligence, many around him grew jealous. They envied his wisdom, whispered behind his back, waiting for a chance to see him fall. One day, during a court assembly, the king suddenly said in front of everyone, "You are indeed a wise man, but your son is a fool." The entire court burst into laughter. The minister bowed respectfully and asked calmly, "Your Majesty, why do you say that? What has my son done?" The king smiled faintly and said, "Every morning when I visit the marketplace, I see your son. I always ask him, which is more valuable, gold or silver? And every single day, he answers, silver is more valuable than gold. Tell me, is that not foolish?" The court laughed again. The minister lowered his head in silence. He felt the sting of humiliation, not because of his son, but because he realized how easily the opinions of others could shake one's pride. That evening, when he returned home, he called his son and asked, "My son, the king told me you always say silver is worth more than gold. Is that true?" The boy nodded. "Yes, father, it's true." "Do you not know that gold is more valuable than silver?" "Of course I do," replied the boy. "Then why do you keep giving the wrong answer? Do you know people are laughing at us?" The boy looked at his father with calm, steady eyes and said softly, "Father, let me explain." Every morning, when the king came to the market to meet the people, he would stop at the boy's stall. The king would place 2 coins on the table, 1 gold, 1 silver, and say, "Choose the more valuable one." The boy would look at both coins, then quietly pick the silver coin. The king would burst into laughter. "This boy is such a fool. He doesn't even know gold is worth more." The crowd would laugh, and the king would hand the silver coin to the boy before walking away, amused. The next day, the same thing happened. And the day after that. And again, for weeks, months, nearly a year. Every morning, the boy would choose silver. Every morning, the king would laugh. And every morning, the boy would receive 1 more silver coin. When the story reached this point, the minister frowned. "But why? My son? Why keep choosing silver? Why let them mock you?" The boy smiled, then led his father into his small room. He opened a wooden box on his desk. Inside were hundreds of shiny silver coins, glimmering under the candlelight. "Father," he said gently, "these are the coins the king has given me." The minister's eyes widened. "You've kept them all?" "Yes, father. Think about it, if on the first day I had chosen gold, the game would have ended. I would have 1 gold coin, and nothing more. But by choosing silver, the king laughs, enjoys the game, and comes back again the next morning. Every day, I gain 1 more coin. I don't need to prove that I'm wise. I just need to understand what truly brings lasting value." The minister stood speechless. For the first time, he saw the quiet brilliance in his son's simplicity. He realized that true wisdom often hides behind silence and patience. From that day on, whenever someone mocked his son, The minister would simply smile and walk away, because he now understood. What seems foolish to the world may actually be the deepest form of wisdom. Life is much like that story. We live in a world where everyone wants to be seen, to be praised, to be recognized. Some people do little but talk a lot. Others do great things but stay silent. The truly wise do not seek to prove themselves. They understand that silence can be the strongest voice of all. When you know your own worth, you don't need to boast. When you are truly capable, your work will speak for you. Because real success does not need to shout. Some people achieve a little and rush to show it off. Others accomplish great things and still remain humble. Because they know that success doesn't need an audience. Just like a ripe ear of rice, the fuller it becomes, the lower it bows. This world loves to label people. If they don't understand you, they'll call you crazy, different, or foolish. But remember, the world has always misunderstood those who change it. Einstein was once called slow. Edison failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb. And perhaps, that foolish boy in the story was wiser than all who laughed at him. They all had one thing in common. They stayed quiet and they kept going. When you no longer feel the need to prove yourself, you become free. Free from judgment. Free from comparison. Free from the noise. Because when you understand that value lies in what you do, not what you show, you no longer need attention to feel worthy. Remember this. True light never needs to scream to be seen, it simply shines. People will notice. Eventually. There are victories that need no applause. There are great souls whose names the world may never know. There are small, quiet acts that carry the weight of true wisdom. Just like that boy choosing silver. His choice wasn't foolish. It was a long-term vision disguised as simplicity. People often chase the immediate gold, but forget that those who walk steadily in silence often reach farther. If today you're working hard and no one notices, if you're quietly building your dream while others laugh, if someone calls you naive because you refuse to boast, just smile. Because perhaps you're already on the right path. Keep doing what's right, even if no one claps. Keep planting seeds of kindness, even if no one sees them bloom. Keep walking humbly. Because real success is born not from noise, but from persistence. Life may not always seem fair, but it is always preparing you for something greater. If only you remain patient and stay true to yourself. The world is already loud enough. You don't need to shout to be heard. Let your results speak for you. And one day, those who laughed at you will fall silent, while you'll simply smile. True success is when you no longer need to boast, yet everyone can see your light. When you no longer fight for attention, yet you keep moving forward. When you no longer compete, yet you quietly win. Choose to live humbly. Because what is built in silence lasts far longer than what is built in noise. If this story made you reflect, leave a like, share it with someone who might need it. And don't forget to subscribe. Because sometimes, a simple story like this can change the way we see life. Don't show off. Succeed quietly.